Hello and welcome to another tutorial video. It is I, the Amazing Curiositist, with another video. And today I'm going to be showing you how to install Windows 95 and how to set up the networking with 95, because setting up and installing 95 is a little bit different from Windows 98. If you've never done Windows 98, I'm going to show you some things having to do with what I have done to my copy of 95. And what I've done here is I've made most of the setup to be automated mostly. If you see a 1, that means it'll display that prompt. Now you can see that most with the display dash display equals 1, but you can see that I've basically checked all the boxes for things that I want to install, and I've set up, instead of using IPX by default, it's now going to set up MS TCP/IP. TCP/IP, that's the protocol for me. TCP/IP and TCP/IP. DNS DHCP. That back to what I was saying. This means that I can use a more conventional networking solution, because back in the day, before TCP/IP was a widespread thing, all you had was IPX, and IPX is pretty dated. But without a further ado, let's load the virtual machine. Now, 86. I'm going to close this. We're going to go into the BIOS. And we're going to check the settings. We're going to check the settings for our hard drive is showing up, 4 gig. See our boot settings, CD-ROM first, floppy drive second, hard drive third. So let's load some media. Or it's a disk image, because I don't have an actual drive on here. Now we're not going to really need a drive. So I've got 3 disk images on here. I've got regular Windows 95 with default networking settings. I have Windows 95 OSR2, Windows 95 OSR 2.5, which is one I would highly recommend if you ever want like a proper 95. That one on a Pentium 2 system, that would be a very good one to try. But I'm going to use OSR version 2.1 with TCP/IP set up. So we're gonna save without put without saving, because we're not going to need. So now it loads our F3, F-disk. Actually, we need to go to A, F-disk. Actually, we need to do Y. Yes, when you get to that first screen, put Y in, put the Y variable in, and then press enter. So we're going to just create a primary partition, Y, because we're going to Control Delete, but in my case, I just got to do that. And Realtek card 8019 F3 format C:/S. Yes, we use long hard drive support stuff and whatnot. 4 gigs. This is a nice little installation we got here. Running Windows 95, with a modified TCP IP extension. So we're going to create Win95B, because this is Windows 95B, even though this is OSR version 2.1. We're going to create that. Go to C:, make directory, Windows, call. And I'm going to just demonstrate call directory. And that's basically how you navigate folders. If you want to delete a folder, RD, and then the folder name. And that's basically, now the folder is gone. So we'll create the folder. Create the folder. So we're going to create the folder. Create the folder. Call directory. And by the way, MD means make directory, RD remove directory, and CD call directory. And we're going to copy the drive is Win95, and everything in the Win95 folder, just do type in what I've typed in right now, and that'll copy everything in that folder, including the MS batch file that has been set up to to not even need a product key. So if you ever need, so you're not going to need a product key for this. And now I'm going to go to my Windows 95 disk, and I'm going to just show you another command for showing folders. And it's just a different way of doing that. And it's basically to kind of see what's in here. DOS. And because I have actually stuck utils on the Windows 95 OSR 2.1 disk, that'll allow me to I think I have VC on here, which will allow me to copy drivers proper. So I need to copy my Realtek drivers. But actually I need to load the mouse driver. So what I'm going to go back here and load that. It's actually useful to have. Because now we got a proper mouse driver in here. And copy C. Actually, I don't. Oh, if I should copy that. Maybe RTL 8019. I think that'll actually be seeable because Windows is... So this should give us our... Because now I have a copy to my C drive. And now we'll just restart and remove this image. So now we should already... And I'm so used to doing this that I forgot. Oh, I was second guessing myself. Call directory Windows set up. Ignore the scan. You know, you can do the scan if you want. You can run scan disk if you want, but I'm going to instead just do that. Just go straight to the setup because we don't need to run the scan disk. It's gonna complain. Let's set up a name. That's the only thing that I have not done. So we're gonna just set up Windows 95. And now you're gonna see it's going to be telling us, and since we got TCP/IP set up, that we might try adding the adapter. I have a disk somewhere. So we're gonna go to here, load that one. Yep, that's what we got. And it actually sets up the Ethernet, and that's why I actually set up TCP/IP automatically, so that way it would properly set itself up, because it wouldn't have done that with IPX. That would have been a pain in the ass to set up IPX, to set up the TCP/IP that way. There's an ISA, we're emulating ISA card. Let's just go here, M, work group. I'm going to just leave all that alone. And now we're going to set up, now it's setting up Windows. And so if you had to, so what you would have to do is probably set up the TCP/IP before you put in the network protocol. I think that's what you would have to do, but because I have this set up to do that automatically, because I just don't want to go through that kind of crap when I do a setup with Windows 95. I hate setting up Windows 95 networking. If I was to do it the way you normally do it, and this is actually just a straightforward setup with how I have it all set up, to where I don't even need a boot floppy. With this particular copy, I don't need a boot floppy, because I have it set up. I made it bootable because I just don't want to have to deal with boot disks. They're not easy to make. I don't have a computer available to make such a disk. So I need to make sure that I'm able to set this up. So this is actually very quick. This is much quicker than setting up Windows 98, actually. It's amazing. Like 95, when you set it up with a unattended boot setup, oh, it's very easy. doesn't take that long to set it up. Doesn't take that long to install it. All you need to do is just copy whatever network drivers you have, and there you go. And our disk CD acts as a boot disk anyway. So if we ever needed to run like a startup, let's see, Windows 95, setting up the Windows protection error. Yeah, I've seen the Windows protection error screen so many times on this. So, now we'll put M. So we'll actually so we're gonna have hopefully proper networking. So we get the TCP/IP set up, and I will probably end up providing my MS batch file for Windows 95 on archive.org. I want to put that up on archive.org for people who want to just set up Windows 95 and want a configuration that is set up for more modern conveniences. Because I know there are going to be people who are going to want that. And I'll show you guys how to set up Windows 95 and Windows NT in a dual boot at some point. Yeah. I want, because it's out of the classic shutdown Windows 95 shutdown screen. Really cool, isn't it? Classic boot screen for Windows 95. Yeah. They're showing Internet Explorer. And see, now we got our networking support all the way right there. Now we have proper networking, which is nice. Because, you know, being able to do that, and so now we have Windows 95 set up. So let's see if our networking is working the way it should. And we can actually check to see if we got an IP, but let's see. See what we got here. Do we have an IP? It should obtain an IP automatically. I think the IP stuff should be set up. And it might not be working because I don't have the TCP/IP update installed, the WinSock update installed yet. But that should be in another tutorial coming up. Show you how to do that. So now you can see that I have TCP/IP set up automatically, which is nice. So I'm going to just shut it down for the time being. You can see the older Windows 95 setup, and there you go. Now the older Windows 95, the default 95 shut down the screen without the Windows desktop update, aka the active desktop update. But you can see that classic shutdown screen, and we're done. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. And in the next video, I will be showing you how to install updates on Windows 95 and why you need to do the updates in this particular order. That's about all. Peace out. So, let's see.